Today I'm doing a review on two automatic cat feeders that I've gotten my hands on. One, I've had this for the last 2.5 years. I use them for both my cats, and this one is new. I got my hands on this the other day and got to test it out already, and just wanted to be able to do pros and cons of both. Now, also just wanted to put it out there that I am not representing a particular company. I'm just stating from a customer standpoint, which we all love to hear. Now, you can see my one big boy in the background. Keebler! He's my buddy. He's awesome. He's one of the things I'm going to talk about in a couple minutes because I've had to put a bag on the top of his. So I'll get there. And that's based off of the quality of how they're making things today. So with that being said, the market has changed quite a bit in just the last 3 years. I wanted to let you know that the quality has gone downhill, not up. Also, the prices have gone up. So with your quality, it goes down, prices go up. And this, when I got this about 3 years ago, this cost me $36 and change. And it was one of the higher end automatic cat feeders with 6 compartments. So it's forgive the dirtiness, by the way, I got to clean it today, but it's got 6 compartment trays. Okay. And don't worry about all the arrows. That's so when people come to my house, they can know where to replace the cap and all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, the quality, I didn't put the cap on for a reason because I want to show you something. The quality of this one versus the quality of this one are quite vast, in my opinion. So when I bought this 3 years ago, I was not only able to have the actual time, but I was also able to set 4 different alarms for this to go off. I am very fortunate because I only feed my cats twice a day, but that requires 2 different compartments. So that also requires really 1, 2, 3 different settings for meals. So this fit me perfect. I didn't need the tower or anything, and I know you guys have seen the towers online. I'm not for the tower. But anyway, moving on. The pros of this one is that this is very easy to clean. I love the clock. I love that I can do several different settings. So say, for example, I feed my cat at 9 and at 4, I don't have to worry about it. I just set it in there and ignore the blinking light. I got to replace battery. So now the other thing is the battery lasts a long time in these. I love it. They're size C batteries. They last a decent amount of time. As you can tell, I've probably replaced the battery. I didn't change this though, but this is when I replaced the first set. That's when I had to replace the second set. So you can kind of get an idea how long the C batteries last. But I was also dragging out the battery by having this plugged in. This is wonderful. I love this option that you can plug in and use it at any point in time. The other thing that I love about this is because, like I said before, that boy right there loves to go on top of his thing, and he loves to try to get the food out. Because this is a very firm, stable piece of plastic right here, he cannot get to it, but he will paw at that thing until it falls off the table. So that's why we put the beanbag on there, because it prevents him from doing that. Now, with that being said, I can put that beanbag on top of here, and this can still turn. I really like that. That's a thumbs up for me. Right? But I'm going to say they stopped making the AI Pet. They now only have this one called iPetty. So I'm going to show it to you really quick. The iPetty actually costs now around $70. I'm sure you can get a 10, coupon on the thing or whatever. That's kind of the replacement, I guess, for this. So you're talking about this is double the price than what I paid for this. This is how important this market has gone through the roof and how many people want it. But I also wanted to show you the benefits of this one and this one. These are both very similar. This also comes with a plug, just like this one does. And they both come with this awesome feature, which I absolutely adore. If your pet decides to get the thing moving or the machine starts going off, and their face seems to be in that hole, it will stop for up to 30 seconds so they can get their paw out. There has been some reports about people who have collars and things like that. They've been getting them stuck in the machine. So this is a bonus for this one. Now, the cons of this machine, the only thing that I had issues with is that one over there. This one's just fine. It still works great. For some reason, the outlet plug that's on the side over here, the connectors inside are not the greatest. And so it no longer charges with the power cord. This one does, but the other one for some reason did not. So maybe that was just very poorly made and designed. But again, I've had both of these for 2.5 years, and that's pretty good quality to me. Now, I just wanted to show you that as well. Here is the other thing. You can also go to Wayfair and get it already for $55.99. Now, again, I'm not supporting a specific group, but I'm just letting you know to save some money, right? Because I'm like that. So just wanted to cover those bases. Now, the other con that I saw as well is that when you lose electricity, if the batteries are running and you left home and you forgot to change your battery, it usually will last you a couple days. But if you're camping and stuff like that, you might want to have somebody who's coming to watch the cats change the battery for you, because otherwise it will just die. I forgot one pro that I would like to mention. That's the other thing. I love it that you can plug this in and it preserves the battery. It preserves the battery life of this. It doesn't actually draw on the battery, so that if you do lose electricity in the middle of the winter or whatever, then you actually have full-on battery. Not bad, right? Okay, so moving on. Let's move on. This I got from a friend, a family member, and I've never heard of this brand before, but I have seen it online. Now, mind you, this costs around the same price as this one did 3 years ago. And it's not the same make. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so this costs about $39.99. It does not come with a clock and a timer. It only comes with interval feedings. So you can only, like for example, right now I've set this so that 5 hours and 33 minutes from now, it's going to be going off, right? Which is when I do my cat feeders. So I put these both together on the same time frame so that way I could test it out. Now, what I noticed for the pro part of it, and I'm going to say there's very minimal pros on this one for me. The only pro that I see is if you're somebody who's very simple, like the way that I feed my cats, I feed them every 12 hours. So I feed them twice a day. I feed them at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Right? So that's all I feed them. This is convenient for me. It will, I can just set it once and forget it. Right? But if you're somebody who feeds your cat at 9 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, you can't do any sets here. You cannot program anything. The way that this is designed is that you just turn it on and then you set the interval timer and you're good to go. Now, with that being said, here comes the cons. This is a very poor design. Number one, it only runs on battery. You do not get the option to have a cord, a USB cord. 2, this is very cheaply made. Very cheaply made. This is the only thing holding this on. Okay? This is the cover. Look how thin that thing is. My cat would break through that in a heartbeat to get to that. Now, the tray stays in, and it does, you can take it out to clean it and all that kind of stuff, but the tray never moves. Like that one, the tray moves. This does not move. Instead, the top moves. So when it comes to his case, Keebler, you cannot do the bean bag because it will put so much weight on the top, it won't rotate properly. But that's the other thing. So when I'm feeding my cat, because this is going to rotate and move, that means I can't do this with my tray. Instead, I have to put it in the center of the table so that way the cat has to go around it every time it goes off. I don't like that. I like to be able to set it and forget it, right? So with that being said, it's very cheaply made. My cat would be able to easily get that up, right? I just wanted to point that out. Look, I just moved that, and that's on. So my cat would be able to easily move this without a problem, and it wouldn't work for me. If it works for you, that's great and that's wonderful, but this is not my cup of tea. So again, I hope this is helpful to somebody who is wanting to shop for automatic feeders. My suggestion to you, even though the market has extremely gone up, don't settle for the little. Don't even settle for the one that comes with the timers. If you have a cat that's like mine who's a little feisty, or a dog that's feisty and they really want their food and they can smell it. They can smell it in here. Not to mention the freshness is completely different compared to this. I just wanted to say that. So this completely covers the whole department. And you can put ice blocks in this one. This one you cannot put ice blocks in, and you got all this air. Like, I can literally put my nail on the edge of this and pull this up. It's not fresh at all. It's not very fresh at all. So you couldn't go days on end. So again, I hope this helped out somebody who is looking for an automatic cat feeder. The market has extraordinarily changed. And again, I just wanted to let you know that, because here's the thing. If you're going in the market, and I'm going to show you right now, if you're going in the market for cat feeders, this is kind of what we're looking at this time. So there's the one that's interval, and this is the one that's not interval. There's the petty I was telling you about. Here's where we're at now. Towers. So they're trying to promote the towers to sell for your cat. Now, I don't like that idea at all, because of the fact that I've seen cats take the lids off of them. I've watched videos. The cats have taken the lids off the tops of those things. I've seen them where, you know, you're trying to use Wi-Fi or whatever. Your Wi-Fi doesn't work. Maybe you lost electricity at the house. You can't turn it on. So you can do the settings. But again, if you lose power in the house, you know, that's got to take a lot of batteries or whatever. But anyway, so if you notice, the towers seem like, ooh, it's such a better deal. But the reason that they're cheaper, okay, is because of the fact that they're not as great as these round disc ones. So I just wanted to put that out there. I hope this is helpful to somebody. Again, don't settle for one that's online that has a lid like this, because this is very cheap. Settle for one that's like this. The iPetty, I highly suggest. I don't know this one here. I just saw it, and I don't know if the top does the same as mine. Kind of looks that way. Let's see. Nope, it's got that, see that top? Same thing as this one. Don't get it. Don't get it. Not worth the investment, kids. Not worth the investment if the top just sets on top. Doesn't keep food fresh. The only one that's out there right now that I see that is the best is the iPetty. So it technically is worth the better money. And they do show you the breakdown of how the inside of that goes. It looks just like mine. So there's a motor right there that this sits on. Let me hit the cancel button. Actually, you know what? I can blow that up.